But that is just the subplot to a game that is dripping with quality when you look at the players on show, and has huge significance already in terms of the title race. On the referee's whistle, the players, match officials and coaching staff take a knee. Arsenal have had the edge over Manchester City in terms of the WSL head-to-head games of late. They've won all of the last 3 meetings in the league, did the double over them for the first time last season, now looking to try and become the first side to ever win 4 in a row in the WSL against them. Fox with the throw. Back from Lotte Vuvenmoy, Manuela Sinsberger. It's a useful pass. It nearly broke the way of Leonardson Mornum. And looking for Blackstenius there. Guided home by Kirsten Kasperai, but the flag was up anyway. Greenwood, who made her 300th club appearance in Europe in the week. Pinged forwards for the run of Hemp, who will give some food for thought for Fox at fullback with the gallivanting runs down that left-hand side. Hasegawa. Wahabi. Greenwood. Looking for Bunny Shaw, but it didn't have enough oomph on the pass, and Arsenal can come clear. Slightly behind Caitlin Ford, who's in a tussle with Uahabi. Arsenal throw. Uahabi's throw. Arsenal have won 5 successive matches here at the Emirates Stadium. Last time they were beaten at this ground was on the opening weekend of last season, when they were victims of a shock defeat to Liverpool. Liverpool went on to have a pretty impressive season under Matt Beard, to be fair. Alexandri Yamashita. Miedema. Greenwood. Back from Hemp. Greenwood again. Jonas Eidevall said that they would need to start well against Manchester City. Well, it's the visitors who are monopolising possession in the very infancy of the game. Hasegawa. It was a bit too telegraphed, so Vuvenmoy could step in. Hasegawa has it again. Ali Chandri on for Kirsten Kasperai. In from the Dutch international towards Bunny Shaw. It's broken for little, normally a calm head in and around her own area, although that was a bit of a sketchy pass. McCabe, beautifully done. But then gifted straight to Greenwood. Miedema. Ali Chandri. Into Kasperai. Jess Park. Kasperai again. Controlled start from Gareth Taylor's side. Hasn't been a happy hunting ground for Manchester City away games against Arsenal. Lost 6 of their last 7 on Gunners' territory, the exception a 2-1 success at Meadow Park back in February of 2021. Hemp has kept that in. No, Abigail Byrne has awarded the throw. There she is then, Vivianne Miedema in a Manchester City shirt. WSL's all-time top scorer. Left in July following the expiry of her contract. 80 goals in the women's top tier, and the player with the most direct goal involvements in WSL history, although the whistle has gone here just as Hemp thought that she might have had a chance to have a serious goal involvement. And that is why. Now, Blackstenius up against Kasparai. McCabe. Cooney cross. Arsenal forced to retreat. Fubin Moy. Well, the City press ensuring that Arsenal have to go all the way back to Manuela Zinsberger. And Zinsberger out of a goal and almost embarrassed. Well, Vivianne Miedema has dead-eye accuracy and nearly marked her return to Arsenal in some style. Well, it was careless and it was nearly costly. Great try, and she is so close to adding to the headlines written about her in the build-up to this game. Little swept across to Fox. He's got a bit of room to work with here, Emily Fox. Ford, good ball, Blackstenius couldn't get there! But Frida Leonardson-Mornham could! And Arsenal have the early lead. Their first attack ends up in the back of the Manchester City net. Well, it all started with Fox afforded far too much room here. Uahabi was caught out of position. She released Ford. The ball was meant for Sina Blackstenius. She wasn't able to make the most of it. But Frida Leonardson-Mornham arrived at just the right time and picked out just the right spot to send it beyond Yamashita. Ice cool finish, and Arsenal off to a very, very good start. Well, City had looked much the more composed, but it's Arsenal who have the advantage. That's looking for Shaw, and it should come through to Zinsberger. Well, you can hear the applause around the Emirates Stadium. The one-year anniversary of the tragic passing of Maddie Cusack this week. The teams and match officials all wearing black armbands, and applause around the stadium as the supporters mark the anniversary as well. Again, there's room on this right-hand side for Arsenal, brought forwards by Ford. Fox has made the offer. They're a bit light again, but that's a disappointing ball in from Fox. Well, all of a sudden, Arsenal have suddenly found themselves on top in the game. This is a side that they're doing the damage on. The American defender was forwards really well, joined at the start of last year, earlier this year rather, from North Carolina Courage. Yamashita. Manchester City have only lost one of their last 9 opening games to a WSL season, and they had kept a clean sheet in 8 of those. No shutout for them today. And suddenly losing their way. Cooney cross. That's the ball. Ford was nearly in. Uahabi got back well. Park just lost the control that they exhibited early on, Manchester City. Greenwood. Uahabi. Not quite. Ford under pressure, and Little relieves it by going all the way back to Zinsberger. These two expected to be Chelsea's main challengers in the WSL this season. They're seen as joint second favourites. Lost out on goal difference last season, Manchester City, in the closest WSL title race for 10 years. Long way to go in the game, but if City were to be beaten, all isn't lost. Chelsea, the first title winners to lose 3 games in a season last time out, with City taking 4 points from games with the Blues and Arsenal taking 3, but it wasn't enough to wrestle the title away from West London. Arsenal with 50 points, a distant third in relative terms, 5 behind Chelsea and Manchester City, which was the second highest tally of any side, finishing third in the history of the division. He knows that the narrowing of the margin for error for the title hopefuls makes these clashes so important. But Arsenal and Manchester City struggled in the top 4 head-to-head games in 22 to 23. They put that right last season, though. Arsenal were top of those standings. Out of the 6 matches played against the other top 4, they managed to take 12 points. They could be in again. Blackstenius, it's not quite 2. Well, it's a simple ball over the top. It's a cracking run from Blackstenius to get the wrong side. I'm not quite sure what Yamashita is up to there. Finds herself neither doing one thing or the other, and she is very fortunate that Blackstenius couldn't quite get the angle she was aiming for. Will Arsenal live to rue that missed opportunity? Bonnie Shaw's made a run through the centre, but it's into Miedema instead, who has Ford snapping at her heels. While a lot of attention was on Viviana Miedema, of course, having joined from Arsenal, the Japan international Naoba Fujino also arrived from Tokyo Verdy, for whom she scored 24 goals and made 17 assists in 51 appearances, and at the last World Cup she became her country's youngest ever scorer, one of those at 19. hasn't really got into the game so far. Blackstenia certainly has. She's looking for Ford, not finding her, but forcing an Arsenal corner. Well, they did damage wide on the right, which led to that opening goal, and now a couple of forays down the left that Blackstenius has been involved in. It will be the goal scorer who will take the corner. Leonardson Mornham, and Bunny Shaw's back there and clatters it clear. Back in May, Arsenal announced that 11 of their home games will be played here at the Emirates. 8 in the WSL, 3 Champions League group games. 6 WSL games hosted here last season saw an average crowd of over 52,000, including a couple of sellouts and 3 WSL attendance records. There was once concern that Arsenal might lose an advantage playing here rather than at Meadow Park, but that's been put to bed with the support they've been given and the fact that the Gunners have won all of their last 5 games played here, scoring 13 goals, which includes victories over Chelsea, Tottenham and Manchester United, and looking to add Manchester City to that list today. Caldente not quite able to find Blackstenius, and now all of a sudden Hemp is putting the squeeze on. Caitlin Ford. Doesn't get anything for that. Now Miedema poked through the centre and nearly finding Park. Cooney cross. Didn't have the elevation on it to reach Blackstenius. It will be collected by Greenwood. Manchester City trying to collect themselves. Ali Chandri. Kasparai makes the offer, but the pass is too close to Katie McCabe. Won all of their last 8 away WSL games, Manchester City, and only Manchester City themselves have ever recorded a longer winning run away from home in the WSL. 24 goals and 68 shots on target during that run. Also more than any other WSL side over their past 8 away games. And they arrived here having only conceded 5 goals in those previous 8 away matches. But they let in that one from Frida Leonardson Mornham, and were fortunate that Blackstenius didn't add to Arsenal's advantage. Ali Chanri. Miedema, lovely control, and still she just bit off a bit more than she could chew there, and I think that the run of Bunny Shaw didn't really help her out. Manuela Zinsberger with the lovely spray to pick out McCabe. Codina. Zinsberger might be a little bit wary about knocking it out from the back in this region, given what happened with that Miedema chance. McCabe nudged on for Caldente to chase down. Miedema has to go all the way back. Hemp, who switched flanks now with Fujino. Greenwood, Hemp coming central and having a go! Zinsberger comfortable in the end. Wasn't a bad crack this from Hemp, but you'd always back Zinsberger to deal with it from that kind of range. Most assists of any player in the WSL last season for Lauren Hemp, the England international. Does have 66 goals for Manchester City. Only Bunny Shaw and Georgia Stanway have scored more for the club. Leonard to Mornham. On for Ford, bit of room to work with here. Uahabi comes across and Ford has had a bit of a shocker there. Australian played in all 33 games last season, starting 24 of them. Last WSL goal back in January in the 2-0 win away at Liverpool. Greenwood goes all the way back. Hasegawa. Greenwood's pass into Miedema. Oh, there was risk there, wasn't quite enough on that, but Hasegawa has kept it moving and found Greenwood. Uahabi, Hasegawa. Plenty of possession for City, but not too much penetration. Greenwood. Miedema, Uahabi. On here for Hemp. Early ball is good, Shaw can get there. And there was the chance for Fujino, but the door was very quickly shut by Katie McCabe. That's better from City. Bunny Shaw was trying to get in at the near post. She was seen off. There was Fujino, but also there was Katie McCabe. Hasegawa. Kasparite. Hasegawa again. Midway point in the first half. Hasegawa too high for Shaw and too high for anyone in blue as it goes behind. Well, both managers were talking about it not being ideal to have such a crunch game so early on in the new WSL season. Not quite up to speed, perhaps. Yes, they have had some European outings to get them warmed up, but to adjust to the pace of the WSL and play one of your big head-to-head rivals. Would have preferred to have had a few more games in. That's really good stuff. And Caldente's ball in has come back her way, and she's got the corner. Well, they lost Viviana Miedema over the summer, but they gained Mariona Caldente, who is a very, very skillful player. That's deflected, and it's tricky. Hemp haven't really dealt with that, made a real meal of getting it clear. Cooney cross. That's a good-looking ball, and Simanum got a touch for it. In fact, Blackstenius got the flick on it. Couldn't direct it goalwards. Chelsea hung on over the course of the opening day to beat Aston Villa in the WSL season opener. There were victories for Manchester United and Brighton, comfortable victories in fact. Kira Walsh, the Barcelona and England midfielder, in the posh seats in the crowd today. Wahhabi. Have been some questions raised by Arsenal fans at the selection from Jonas Eidevall today. Russo and Mead on the bench. But so far so good for his team. Miedema, not enough oomph on the pass. Little now for Arsenal. Quickly on for Caitlin Ford. Still Ford. Don't think that Little really appreciated that. She wanted a foul as well from Bunny Shaw, which isn't forthcoming. Here's Shaw again. Rebounders worked out here for Manchester City. Hemp almost managed to wriggle it on for Fugino, who galloped forwards on the right. It's a bit of a let-off for Arsenal because they were light there. Fox. Lennartson-Mornham thinking about having a go here. She's already found the net once and fancied her chances from range, but unable to test the keeper. She played the pass. I think Blackstenius might have just been offside anyway. McCabe to ensure it got back safely to Manuela Zinsberger. Back by Greenwood. There's no flag for now, but it is belatedly raised. Gareth Taylor was talking about how Manchester City know what they need to do to go to the next step in order to win the title this time around. said that they worked tremendously hard last season and didn't quite get the rub of the green. Still very proud of what they achieved, and what it has given them is a blueprint for knowing precisely what is required if he's going to be celebrating the title come the end of the campaign. His side have had more of the ball, 60% possession so far for the away side. You mentioned wanting to use the near miss last season as fuel to the fire. Use that experience and knowledge to drive them on further. Greenwood. It's given away to Cooney Cross. Now, Leonardson Monum. Blackstenius, Ford's in the middle. Blackstenius, oh, she went for Leonardson Monum instead. Shaw. Fugino. The first half an hour has absolutely rattled along. As I was saying, they have had a lot more of the ball so far, Manchester City, but Arsenal have had the bigger chances. Contrasting Champions League fortunes in the week. Manchester City 1 foot in the group stage, to say the very least, after a 5-0 victory over Paris FC. Arsenal, meanwhile, have a task on their hands at Meadow Park after a 1-0 defeat to BK Häcken. One of the players they brought in over the summer was from BK Häcken, in fact, with Kevaji, the forward, being signed from there. Daphne van Bommelaar, the Dutch international, came in from Aston Villa. Sophie Harwood from Southampton, but it was Mariona Caldente who was the marquee arrival for Jonas Eidevall. Quite happening for Bunny Shaw so far, which you don't say often, especially given her run of form. 19 goals in her final 13 WSL appearances of last season. She scored in all of her final 6 games, 8 goals in total prior to injury causing her to miss the end of the season. If she was to score today, she'd become just the 4th player to net in 7 straight WSL games. Ford won't get there because Yamashita has come to deal with it. That's useful. Oh, what a try! Well, that would have been some way to mark her WSL debut for Mariona Caldente here. Super ball over the top, and nearly the perfect finish. Oh, heavy touch, which is not costly because Alexandri has dealt with it and has sent it on to Uhabi. Hemp not going the way that she'd want to be. Shaw couldn't make it stick because she was closed down by Codina. Fubenmoy back to Manuela Zinsberger. For all of Manchester City's possession, just that one pretty routine save from Hemp's long-range effort. Kasparai, Hemp's in the middle, so Shaw. Fugino loses out to McCabe. Miedema. Launched by Greenwood. That's some pass. Kasparai, though, just misjudged the bounce, and out it went. Alex Greenwood, 23 career appearances against Arsenal for 5 different clubs. She's only come up against Chelsea on more occasions. McCabe's throw. Motoring forwards is Fox. Still going. Yamashita away. Shaw. Cooney cross for company. She's offloaded it for Park. Runners left and right. Which way will Park go? It's Fujino. And in the way was Codina. McCabe tries to dig it further clear. Caldente off Kasparai. Well, starved of service, she came deep to try and make it happen herself there, Bunny Shaw, and she did set City away, but it came to nothing in the end. Well, Happy has an issue here. Well, this, the goal that separates the sides then, scored by Frida Leonardsen-Mornem. It's a clinical hit from her after Blackstenius's unintentional assist, shall we say. I mean, it was a title decider back in May when 2 late goals from Blackstenius spoiled Manchester City's chances. Victory against Arsenal would have given Gareth Taylor's side a chance of WSL glory, but Chelsea kept the pace and a better goal difference, which saw Emma Hayes Blues win the title a week later. And it was City who came in with their tails up after that 5-0 victory against Paris FC in the Champions League. Arsenal rocking a bit after the setback against Hacken. And Alana Kennedy is coming on for Uahavi, so that's a setback. Caldente, nice feet. Blackstenius. Leonardsen-Mornem, nicely worked by Arsenal. Fox now. Oh, she was looking for Ford, and the pass was definitely on, but it was cut out by Ali Chanri because there wasn't enough pace on the ball. Greenwood for Manchester City to Ali Chanri. Miedema's pass has released Hemp. Ali Chanri, Miedema. Couple of bites to the cherry, and she has managed to work it through to Hemp. Miedema still going, deflected and in. Well, no celebration from the former Arsenal legend. She doesn't normally celebrate anyway, but there might just be a bit of extra reservation with the way she toasts that goal that has drawn Manchester City level. She had two stabs at that to try and work it through to the run of Ali Chanri. In the end, she did manage to do so, and then when it came back to her, only one thing on her mind as soon as the space opened up to have a go. And there's little hope for Zinsberger with that after the chunky deflection. Manchester City level, and of course, it's Vivianne Miedema. Most Arsenal fans' worst nightmare, that the player that they came to adore in Arsenal red rocks up to score in Manchester City blue. Her first WSL goal for Manchester City, first of many for the all-time top scorer in this competition. Fox. Arsenal rocked. They had been in the ascendancy, could have extended their advantage, and instead now pegged back to one each. The Emirates, which had been bubbling along nicely, descends into a bit of a hush. Half-time will probably come at a good time for Jonas Eidevall now. Hasegawa back. Yamashita. Greenwood. Hemp. Kept in just about. Ali Chanri, but given away now. Leonardson Mornham. Oh, clever pass. It's Blackstenius. It's a good save by Yamashita. Caldente. It's into Fujino, who gets it back to Kasparai. Her pass is errant, though. Codina. Final seconds of regulation time in what has been a pulsating first period, as we expected it would be. Fox. Well, it was good, positive keeping from Yamashita here at the beginning of 3 additional minutes in this first half. Made herself big and blocked the route for Blackstenius, who Didn't produce the most convincing of finishes, truth be told. Fox will keep it in. Well, she poked it towards Little, who couldn't bring it down. Hasegawa now for Manchester City, aiming for Shaw, but only finding the head of Codina. Kim Little. It's lifted up towards Lennartson-Mournham, who, if she'd been a couple of steps further back, would have got on the ball in from Caldente. Nicely arced towards her, but just misjudged the flight of it. Kennedy. When the sides last met, which was the penultimate game of last season, Manchester City were in front. Stina Blackstenius with that late double, 89 and 92nd minutes to ruin City's title chances, as it turned out. Arsenal with the early lead today, and City getting themselves back on terms just before the interval. Kasparai, Park, honours even at the interval then, after a very entertaining first half. Viviana Miedema comes back to haunt Arsenal on Arsenal turf. Her deflected strike levelling the scores after Frida Lennartson-Mournham had blasted the home side in front. Plenty of storylines weaved into an action-packed first 45, which at the end of is all square. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. Manchester City kick off the second half then. What lies in store after a pretty pulsating first 45 minutes. First 45 minutes that Bunny Shaw didn't really manage to make much of an impact in. Lennartson-Mournham. That's clever by Caldente. Blackstenius. Oh, the flag's up. The inner side of Al said that they're hoping to create a really good atmosphere. It is a big crowd once again here at the Emirates. Said the way the fans are energising them and how they're repaying them has created a number of good memories in the last 3 seasons here at the Emirates, and they want to continue that because it'll help build momentum and build them as a football club. Lennartson-Mournham, Caldente, Lennartson-Mournham, surely, yes! Arsenal back in front, but the flag is up against Caitlin Ford. And I think she always knew it was coming. Oh, it's close. It is very close. But I think it is the right call. Almost a flying start to the second half for Arsenal after they didn't take long to get themselves in front before in the first period as well. Caldente trying to take it off Park. Kennedy. Shaw. She got a painful one there. Zinsberger. This is McCabe. Caldente. City just look like they're pushing a bit higher up the pitch in this second half. Arsenal not having it as easy in terms of playing out from the back. Squeeze applied there by Hemp, and Little has to deal with the pressure, which he's so good at doing. That's nicely worked. Good surging run. But then Fox has let herself down with the final ball. Well, City pushed up high, which meant there were gaps in behind them. And that is exactly the gap that she was looking to exploit here. And I think that the pass was on to Leonardson Mornham, which both she was making, and Caldente to the American. I think they're trying to get a message across to their teammates. Caldente, set-piece routine, and she's popped it in nicely, and it nearly came off for Arsenal. Well, obviously that was choreographed, and they very nearly made it pay. Fox. Codina. McCabe. Back by Cooney Cross. Picked up by Emily Fox. Cooney Cross. Codina. Laid off by Ford. On here for McCabe. Leonardson Mornham lays it off. Here goes Caitlin Ford. Arsenal building some momentum. Ford tried to be a bit too cute there, and Kasparai was wise to it. Yamashita. Greenwood. I mentioned that Bunny Shaw's not really had much of a look in so far. She couldn't feature in the week, could she, after that mix-up with the visa issue. And Gareth Taylor felt that there would be some extra hunger from her. She wasn't able to feature in that European outing. Kasparai. Cooney Cross, wriggling clear. Blackstenius through the middle, and it's Bunny Shaw who's back there helping out the back line, which is good in some ways, but means that she's not going to be further forwards when they try and pump the ball up there. Kennedy. Park with the carry. Chenery getting up there. Park. And now here is Bunny Shaw. Forced wide by Codina. Did well just to veer her off course. Codina has been pretty solid this afternoon against Bunny Shaw. Every time the ball's been played into her, she's on her back, very tight to her. And possibly that's why we haven't seen too much from Shaw today. Kasparai lets it run for Hemp. Inside of Caldente. Shaw won't be quick enough to get there. Arsenal took the lead in their home game against Manchester City last season. Steph Catley after a quarter of an hour. Kiara Keating then saved a Kim Little penalty before an equaliser from Chloe Kelly, and that's the way it stayed until 3 minutes from time when Blackstenius popped up with the winner, Hemp. And as we know, there was late drama in the reverse fixture between the sides as well, which Arsenal also won by 2-1 all of the last 3 WSL meetings, ending in 2-1 victories for Arsenal. Looking to make it 2-1 here. Caldente. Caldente. And Yamachta out to gather. Kasparai was a bit casual. Cooney cross. Codina. Cooney cross again. Back by Caitlin Ford. Little. Codina. Weave through here for Caldente. Deflection helped out Manchester City. It's good work by Kasparai. Well, the flag was raised anyway. And this was the earlier one for Caitlin Ford, and just a question about whether the back heel would have kept her onside. Might have been a lucky let-off that for Manchester City. Suggestion that Ford was actually just about on, but obviously no VAR in the WSL. Park. Kennedy. Here's Kasparai. Manchester City have actually won just one of the last 6 WSL meetings, and yet again that was a 2-1 scoreline. Hemp and Kelly giving them a 2-0 lead. That's looking for Shaw. But Moy judged it well. It's collected by Miedema. Now Hemp. Hemp's ball towards Shaw. Collected by Park, who's turned and hit. Is in for an absolute stunner. Manchester City have turned the game on its head. And that is an absolute beauty. Pick that one out. Zinsberger could only stand and watch and hope that it wasn't going to go in, but it crashed off the bar and into the net for a perler from Park. Doesn't get much better than that. One touch to steady herself, and the next to turn and strike. And it's a sublime strike as well. I think it might go down as a Miedema assist as well. It might have been her header that got it back to Park. Either way, it's a thing of beauty from the Manchester City midfielder. Talk about inch perfect. And talk about a turnaround. And I was speaking about 2-1 scorelines. The last 4 meetings have all finished that way, 3 of them in Arsenal's favour, but it is City now who lead by 2-1, 3 in 2 appearances for Park this season. As Jonas Eidevall tries to regroup and recalibrate. What a hit. Zinsberger started to go and then realised she wasn't going to get there. It's a peach from Park. No wonder she's smiling. Now Shaw. It's Bunny Shaw with the layoff, and Hemp was waiting, and why didn't Bunny Shaw take the chance herself? Flag was raised for offside anyway. Gareth Taylor now taking a view from pitch side. Well, there was some disquiet about the fact that Rousseau and Mead began on the bench, but they're going to get at least half an hour of action now. And you could hear what the home fans thought of that. Kennedy. Leonardson Mornan. Blackstenius taken off her brilliantly by Greenwood. Now Miedema wriggling clear of the challenge of McCabe and firing out wide for Lauren Hemp. Hemp taking on Fox in towards Shaw. And Miedema denied. Still alive here though. Fujino. And Arsenal close to going 2 goals down. It's close to Zinsberger from Miedema. She'll be disappointed with that power, but no serious placement. Fugino. It's off Caldente. And here come those Arsenal changes. Ford and Blackstenius, the players to go off, with Mead and Russo on. Shaw digs out the cross. Hemp was there. Caldente taking on Kennedy, who's forced her back. She's also got a whole load of her shirt there, and the referee's given the free kick, which Arsenal have taken quickly. McCabe spotted the run of Russo, so did Greenwood, and holds off her fellow England international. Kennedy. Yamashita. Kennedy. Arsenal squeezing. Kennedy back to her keeper. Oh dear! Well, they didn't look convincing there, Manchester City. And she is the most relieved person in the house after that. Still they play from the back. Arsenal on a 5-game winning run at the Emirates. That last defeat that they suffered here was on the opening weekend of the WSL campaign last year, when they went down 1-0 to Liverpool. It's the only defeat that they've suffered on the opening day of their last 10 WSL campaigns, in fact. Won all of their other home matches in the league last season, but midway through the second half, on course for a home defeat on match day 1. The other side of Al finds himself in Abigail Byrne's book. I think that he was asking for a yellow card, and that's why he's picked up a yellow card. That stayed in. Hemp. Asagawa. Park. Nice. Shaw, and it's broken for Fugino. Kennedy. Too much on it for Fujino. Little will let it go behind. Beth Mead is on. She is the leading goal scorer on the opening weekend of the WSL. 7 goals on the first weekend of the competition. Scored twice against Chelsea 3 years ago, twice against Brighton a couple of years ago. Russo onto this. Offside again. Kasparov. Miedema. Hemp. She was caught there. England on England there, with Mead catching Lauren Hemp. Two England players in a tangle, and there is the England head coach, Sarina Wiegman. Plenty of talent for her to cast her eye across. Miedema. 20 minutes to play. Manchester City now have Arsenal where they want them. Fujino. Clear of McCabe. Ali Chandri. Hemp. It's Shaw. Parks up there. Hasegawa, and Zinsberger saves from Miedema. Well, it was fraught for Arsenal there. Couple of bites of the cherry for Manchester City, and eventually Miedema's effort, which she didn't really strike properly. Little. Mead's touch was touch heavy. It's Hemp who's coughed it up to Kim Little. And Zinsberger goes short. Russo was hoping to get onto the flick on. Hasegawa neatly into Shaw, who's poked it wide to Fujino. Fujino. Oh, and Park fluffed her lines when she was in a very handy position to get a strike away. City set to make it 9 away WSL victories in a row. Only City themselves have ever recorded a longer winning run away from home in the WSL. That was when they did it for 12 straight games between July of 2017 and January 2018. Here's Hemp and Shaw! Zinsberger keeps Arsenal in the game. Well, the team that looks the more likely to get the next goal, if there is one, is Manchester City at the moment. Starting to find more and more room in that Arsenal box. Make that Shaw's first serious sight of goal today. Park up against Caldente.
Also substitutions for the 12-3-1.
Double change for Arsenal. They've already made one double switch. And Arsenal Morgan, her opening goal feels like a long time ago now. Cooney Cross, the other to depart here as well. And Manchester City also set to make some changes too. Well, both managers deciding to just shake things up inside the final 20 minutes. And Viviana Miedema scored on her return to Arsenal, and she will now go off, and she'll get a big hand from all of the Emirates, despite the fact she is turning out for the opposition. Fowler and Kelly both coming on for Gareth Taylor. Fowler started the European game in the week. That's a good ball. And here's a chance for Arsenal to get level, but Russo will rue not making the most of that. Well, she enjoys playing at the Emirates, scored in each of her last 4 starts here, 5 goals in all. Should have netted another here. It's very, very tame, isn't it? Quarter of an hour to play. Will Arsenal get as big a chance as that to get themselves back level in a big, high-stakes game? Hadji and Valti, by the way, with the 2 Arsenal changes during that period of flux. Mead opens up for the hit. Mead tries to poke it on again. Fowler's back there, but made a mess of it. David Moy under pressure, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, Arsenal need some late magic again if they're to beat Manchester City this afternoon. Little will try and get onto that, but safely home it's guided. Shot for handball, which isn't given by Abigail Byrne. Yamashita. It's straight out of play from this City keeper. It's a couple of times that she has done that. Free transfer over the summer from Inak Kobe, the goalkeeper. Played for Japan at the last World Cup and the Olympics over the summer as well. Mead's layoff, picked up by Hasagawa and poked forwards by Shaw. Flag up again. Arsenal have won their last 10 WSL home games, a joint club record. They also did 10 in a row between February 2019 and Jan 2020, but that winning run looks set to come to an end, barring a dramatic climax here at the Emirates. Kasparai. That's actually an Arsenal throw. That's a yellow card for Kasparai for delaying the restart. Sandoval making sure that Abigail Byrne was aware of that. 10 minutes left then. What have Arsenal got in the tank? This would be a damaging way to begin the season for them. Coming off the back of that European defeat to BK Häcken, here is Alessia Russo looking for the angle to have a go, which she found, but also found Ayaka Yamashita in the way. Trip on Kelly. Well, at least it looked like it. Play's gone on. McCabe. Oh, that's a nice ball. Kafaji off the post. But in! Arsenal level. Beth Mead is there. A massive goal for Arsenal late on. And they've stung Manchester City in the closing stages once more. Well, they are furious because they felt that there was a foul in the build-up. I think Greenwood's been booked for her protest. It certainly did appear that there was a trip in there on Kelly. That's where I thought there was a foul. McCabe's challenge on Kelly, Little then went flying in as well. There was a little bit of hesitation from the City players as they may have expected the free kick. McCabe kept on going. That's where they seemed to just switch off, the City players. No doubt about the fact that she was onside and so close to a WSL debut goal for Kafaji. Instead, though, it's Mead, and it's 2 each. Well, it has not disappointed this game, has it? A stoppage here after a collision. Beth Mead has done it again on the opening weekend. 8 goals she scored on the opening weekend of the competition. Greenwood's caution confirmed. The Manchester City skipper obviously offering a bit too much advice to Abigail Byrne about what she should have done in that situation. Well, the Swedish forward Rosa Kafaji deserves credit for her part in that move, signed from BK Häcken over the summer, who they lost to in Europe in midweek. And 8 goals on match day 1 of the WSL for Beth Mead. Goes back ahead of Viviana Miedema, who'd drawn level with her after Miedema's goal in the first half here. Will we have a winner? Greenwood. Hasegawa. Here's Greenwood. Wasn't the most convincing by Yamashita, but she's got it forwards. Hasegawa now for Greenwood. Hemp. Now Chloe Kelly. Kasparai getting forwards as well. Park. Kelly. Early ball in from her. Shaw's waiting. Russo. Good turn. And she's taken down there. The yellow card starting to come out with a bit more frequency now. This time it's Park in the book. Penultimate game of last season was 1-0 Manchester City until the 89th minute, and then Blackstenius scored twice. Still a whole 5 minutes of the 90 left to play this time around. Kennedy. Given away. Russo. Oh, nice idea. Mead not quite there. She's recycled it though. And it's too heavy from Leovalti. Well, that's what City were unhappy about. They are convinced that should have been a free kick, but again, no VAR means no intervention. Arsenal on the move. Oh, good try, but just rising a bit too much. Well, she's made an impact since coming on the summer signing. Kafaji's effort just spinning away. Shaw. Just run into traffic, and it's come back to Valti. He's asking Mead to chase. Ali Chanry nearly lost out to Mead, but she's come away with it. Heavy pass, Hasegawa's got a stretch. And given the calibre of these two sides, a point isn't a bad result, but you feel that they'll both fancy that they've got to go all out for the win, given the margins in the WSL. Cannot afford many drop points over the course of a campaign. $41,818 in attendance at the Emirates this afternoon. And they've been treated. Is there more drama? Kelly's pass to Park. Kelly, nice angle for a cross this. Kelly's there again. Hasegawa, was Park tripped? She was. This is a free kick in a very useful area for City. And I think that Kim Little knows that she committed an error there.
Football club supporters who play on the match. Number 11, Katie McKay.
"90 seconds of the 90 minutes left. Greenwood and Kennedy over it. Greenwood, disappointing. Should really be doing better. Tame and into the wall. Did have a bit of a stoppage in the half, so might be a decent amount of additional time. We'll find out shortly. Yamashita gets good distance on that towards Shaw. Hemp bypassing Shaw, picking out Kelly. Kelly, Fowler was in there. 7 additional minutes we're going to have. Zinsberger flapped at that. Well, initially it didn't look as though the referee had awarded any kind of free kick. The whistle then did go. Hemp, I think, had her arm up and may have just brushed her face. Seven additional minutes then. Valti. Codina. For Moy over the top, and it's unfortunate, it just bounced off the heel of Greenwood. Fowler. Here's Katie McCabe. Is there another late sting in the tail for Arsenal against City? She has been busy, Kapaji, since the introduction. Little. Well, that was a bit painful. Shaw gets a yellow for it. And Lauren Hemp was also cautioned as part of that as well. Kasparai's throw. Half of the additional minutes have elapsed. Pinged by Zinsberger, collected by Greenwood, and go all the way back to Yamashita. Kasparai. Kelly, offloading to Fowler. Kasparai. It'll be a free kick. Arsenal think that that's a bit soft. Greenwood's delivery. Asagawa back towards Shaw, who's taken it down nicely but couldn't get the shot away. There was no flag. Almost a chance for a very late Manchester City winner. Cardina, who has marshalled Bunny Shaw so well all afternoon with the vital touch there. Asagawa. Kasparai. Greenwood. Asagawa. Kennedy, collected by Chloe Kelly. Final minute of additional time. Greenwood on for Kelly, who should get there and gets the ball in dangerously. Oh, good try, Zinsberger behind it. That might be the last chance of the game. Leah Alexandri letting fly from distance, and Zinsberger got a body behind it. One last chance maybe for Arsenal. Played the 7 minutes that were signalled, and Abigail Byrne says that is that. So it ends all square between two of the heavyweights who have traded blows throughout the afternoon at the Emirates. Jonas Eidevall and Gareth Taylor shake on a point apiece. They will both have wanted more, but given the way that the match ebbed and flowed, they will probably feel that 2-2 is a fair reflection. Beth Mead with the leveller for Arsenal, as Viviana Miedema came back to her former club to haunt them with a goal. It could have gone either way. In the end, it finishes all square. Full time at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2.